Hey there. Before you watch this, just know my microphone is horrible. You're gonna hear a lot of like keyboard clicking and clacking. Um, it just the audio quality on it is terrible, and there's also a point in the video where it sounds like my voice is like doubled, like there's an echo. I'm trying to fix my microphone, but you're just gonna have to deal with it for now, I guess. But I will sort it out for the next one. If I do another one of these, if anyone's gonna listen to it, which I don't know, please listen to it. If you're into history and fucking I don't know shit like that, then um, go ahead, listen. I think you might get a kick out of it. Who knows? Hello, it is me. I haven't uploaded in a good while, at least not an actual video. That is, this is not really an actual video. This is more just kind of me talking about random topics because I do kind of need to get a video out. I don't know how long this video will be. So you can just listen, I guess. It's just me playing Hearts of Iron. I don't really have a plan for this. I'm just very, very bored. Anyway, right. Country. What should we play as? Italy. I could do Italy. No, I'm not doing Italy. Maybe Germany? I will get on to talking about actual shit in a minute. It's mostly just going to be me... Oh, I shouldn't swear in the first few minutes of the video or else it won't get recommended. Oh, fucking YouTube, man. Right, okay. We can play Britain. Should I play Britain? Maybe France. Ah, fuck it, we ball. Let's go with France. Right, so this is just gonna be me talking about random stuff, probably a lot of politics and history and whatnot. I'm good at kind of zoning out while I play games, so you're gonna hopefully listen to my autism-fueled rant about stuff. Let me turn down the audio on this actually, because then you can hear me a bit better, but I still need to hear the game. Anyway, I haven't uploaded in a good while. Reason for that being, I can't be asked, really. Though I do have a video planned with Oaks, so well, if we ever do it, that is, I don't know whether we will. But if we do, then look out for that. I have more colonial troops than I do actual troops. Fucking hate France. Weak as shit as well. But yeah. I don't have a plan for this. Bro, just go listen to something else. Don't listen to my fucking, autism-fueled rant about stuff, because, I don't know, you probably have better things to do. But, I don't even know where to get started with this. France. France is fucking dumb. Have you seen the current state of France at the minute? It's honestly... I am genuinely surprised they haven't brought back the guillotine and fucking beheaded... What's his name? I gotta stop swearing. Beheaded what's his name? I forgot his name. What's his name? Am I dumb? Hang on. French Prime Minister... Oh, is it a different Prime Minister now? Oh, okay, he's a different Prime Minister. The old Prime Minister I was on about. I did not know they got a new Prime Minister in office. That's interesting. But France, it's died down a lot more recently, but there was, all those riots and whatnot that you heard about in the news. Things are just kind of I don't know, the world's kind of just going to shit at the minute. There's like a lot more like fascism, you know, being supported and whatnot, which I thought people would have learned their lesson after what Hitler did to Europe, but apparently not. What should we do here? Is that Bonapartist? Where's Bonapartist? There's no Bonapartist? Oh, that's bullshit. Or am I just dumb? I might just be dumb. But yeah, like far right support is like raising in like a ton of countries, including Britain, which you don't really like to see. Like fascism's kind of bad, but then again, the Tories are basically just a fascist dictatorship at the minute. Have you seen bloody Rishi Sunak doing his job? I'll come back to this. But yeah, Rishi Sunak is just horrible at his job and really shouldn't be in the position that he's in. What are the fascists here? And that's funny, me talking about fascism being bad and then I go play as a fascist nation in Hearts of Iron. For those of you who don't know what this game is, it's Hearts of Iron. I advise you not to play it. That's basically the extent of it. Just don't waste your time. Actually, it's done 14 days. I think that's... Perhaps I could... Well, I don't know what Britain's doing, really. So, it would be kind of a risky move to... Because if I'm going democratic without British support, I am kind of screwed. Who knows? Maybe they'll overthrow Hitler. Who knows? But, like... Yeah... What was I on about? France. It sucks. A lot of places suck. Reason far-right support has been rising is because people don't really... Democracy's a bit flawed now. It's more flawed than it was back in the day because of, like... what was that? I didn't read that. Because of, like... You're new. Because of, like, older methods with democracy. Because, like... Now it can very easily just be rigged. Like, votes can be rigged, elections and whatnot. Screw that shit, I'm not playing France. So, yeah, democracy's a lot less, you know, strong as it used to be. But it won the Cold War, so I guess that's something. Capitalism prevails, eh? Ugh, fucking communists. But yeah. Really, democracy, it's... Maybe I should play as America. Not as big as it used to be. Like, sure, most nations are communist, but then you've got, like, other nations like China, which are, you know, more socialist. China's more socialist now. They're less communist. You've got North Korea, which is a full... totalitarian regime. So does China, really. You've got Cuba, which props to Cuba, actually. They're like one of the only communist nations to actually pull it off, but they're more socialist now, like China. And, there was another... Oh, Russia. Russia is... Well, they claim to be democratic, but in reality, they're not. It's most definitely Putin just, like, rigging elections and shit. Or getting people to rig them for him. Because, I mean, have you seen election... Since the collapse of the Soviet Union, there have been about 3 Russian, like, prime ministers, I think is what they use, prime ministers. It's been about 3. There was Boris Yeltsin, Vladimir Putin, and the other one. Hang on. All Russian presidents. Presidents, isn't it? Oh shit, has there been more? Vladimir Zelensky. I don't think he was a Russian president, but Boris Yeltsin, Vladimir Putin, Dmitry Medvedev. What? Medvedev. I'm not Russian. And then it goes back to Vladimir Putin. So there's only ever been 3 Russian prime ministers. I'll bring this up on my screen now, actually. Here. There's only ever been 3. This guy took a term back in 2008 to 2012, exactly 4 years. And now we've got Putin, who has been president for 11 years and 304 days. No, not corrupt whatsoever. I'm just saying that's not corrupt whatsoever. You see, I think most democracies, like, they should kind of take a leaf out of America's book. Because America, they've got, like, I just heard a whistle. They've got, like, a 2-term system to America. And it's actually really good. Because it means that no president can serve for more than 2 terms, which is 4 years. So, if you're president of the United States, longest term you're going to end up having is going to be about 8 years. Or longest you'll be in office will be about 8 years. Which is a good, very good way of doing things. Because it stops just, like, dictatorship, mostly. Or something along those lines. It also means that the longest, what is it? Oh shit, I'm blanking, bear with. The world record for longest presidency is unbeatable. And the person who holds that record is, and always will be, Franklin D. Roosevelt. Who was actually a pretty solid, president. Because, like, he led America through the Second World War. He dealt with the Nazis. He dealt with the Japanese. He was, like, fucking solid leader, but he died of a hemorrhage. I think it was a brain hemorrhage, something along those lines. Just before the Second World War ended. So it wasn't him that gave the order for the nuclear bombs to be dropped on Japan. It was Truman. And if you've watched the Oppenheimer film, you'll kind of see that. See this guy, Franklin D. Roosevelt. He's had the longest ever presidency. I think it started in 1932. I could be wrong on that fact, but he was president for a while. I think they ended up suspending. Well, I don't think America did suspend elections for the. That was my phone. Put it on silent. Sorry. I don't think America did suspend elections because of the war. I know Britain did, because Britain had Churchill for 1940 till 1945. But I don't think America did. But I understand. Oh, that's good. I understand suspending elections, because you kind of, like, if you got one leader with, like, really good plans, like Churchill. Churchill was bloody amazing. So if you got someone in, like, office like Churchill whilst you're at war and, like, majority of Europe is under fascism, that's new. Then yeah, you're gonna want someone like Churchill, and I feel like Churchill gets a lot of shit because of his beliefs. I'm not gonna delve into that a bit more. But he was a little bit racist. Anyway, I'm not delving back into that. But yeah, basically, he was the one who made, like, because when you hear about the Cold War, you hear about, like, this famous Iron Curtain. He's the one who basically made that like a popular phrase, like the Iron Curtain across Europe, which was, I'll do Neutrality Act, which was about here, where this would have been East Germany, and it would have gone down, like, around here. That would have been the Iron Curtain. Well, it would have gone through Austria, actually, because Austria, like Germany, was partitioned between Britain, France, Russia, and America at the end of the war. So, but they got reunified fairly quickly. Whilst what happened with these guys, with the Germans, this area here was given to America. Area around here was given to the French. I think it was the French. And I think up here was the British zone. Hang on, let me double check that. German zones of occupation. Yeah, I'm right. Okay, so up here was the British section, the British section, if I can speak English correctly. Down here was the French, and over here was the American. And now the British, French, and American sections merged into making West Berlin. And the Soviets, they had East Berlin around over here. I can't really outline the divider between East and West properly because of how Hearts of Iron sets out their things, their states. But, yeah, and then they partitioned Berlin as well between East and West. That's what you hear about when someone mentions the Berlin Wall, because they set up a wall. And I remember there was a very famous quote from John F. Kennedy, which went something along the lines of, "We've never had to put a wall up to keep our people in." Which, John F. Kennedy, he had a lot of really good quotes. Like, he had the "Ich bin ein Berliner" quote, which is meant to say, I am a Berliner, though it roughly translates to "I am a donut" in German. But he had a lot of good quotes with John F. Kennedy. Then he got shot in a car ride in Dallas, Texas. Sorry, that was kind of a weird segue there. Anyway, yeah, JFK was a good president. It's a shame he got shot. I could go into the shooting of John F. Kennedy, but it's kind of impossible to go into it and not talk about all of the conspiracy. Actually, screw it, I'm going to talk about the conspiracy theories. There's two main conspiracy theories. Basically, the story of, John F. Kennedy's assassination, it kind of goes like Lee Harvey Oswald, he got a rifle, shot John F. Kennedy from a building. I remember he also... Well, I wasn't there. He also killed, like, a police officer, which I think is what really got him found out, did Lee Harvey Oswald. Because he murdered a police officer a while after fleeing out of fear that he was going to recognize him. And that's really what got him figured out. Like, I reckon he would have been fine otherwise. But, like... Yeah, there's two main theories. The first one is that John F. Kennedy was killed by two people. There were two shooters, which is fairly likely, simply because of, like, if you look at, like, the bullet wounds and whatnot of, like... Because, like, it was John F. Kennedy and his wife, Jackie Kennedy, in the back... And then there was Governor Colonoscopy. Fucking, what am I on about? Hang on. Connolly. John Connolly. I think it was John Connolly. Was it John Connolly? Yes. He was sat in the seat in front of the president. And when, hang on. Magic bullet theory. I'm just trying to refresh myself here. Yes, basically, it's kind of says that, because the bullet that basically killed JFK, or the first bullet, because I think he got shot twice. It went through his neck, basically. And then somehow managed to also get Connolly. But there was, like, this whole shit with it going, like, down his knee and whatnot. It's bloody weird. So people think, like, there was more than one shooter. Simply because 3 gunshots rang out. At least that's what people heard. People heard 3 gunshots. The president had 2 main bullet wounds. 1 in his head and 1 in his neck. And then there was Connolly in the front, who had also been shot. And it looked really suspicious. So people think there was more than one shooter, which isn't too far-fetched. I'm very into conspiracy theories, but I don't believe in a lot of them. Like, I'm not gonna go and start telling you that the Earth is flat and that Antarctica is an ice wall, because that's just bullshit. It's not true. But we'll get into the fun one now. People think it was the CIA that killed John F. Kennedy. Which, possibly, because I think John F. Kennedy, why is this taking so long? There we go. He was gonna defund the CIA, which, of course, the CIA didn't really like. So it said that they got Oswald to, kill him. Oswald was basically working for the CIA, which I wouldn't put behind them, but also Oswald was like a communist, and he did have like Soviet citizenship, so it's kind of a grey area. There's a lot of stuff behind like the CIA and like the FBI. Like, people think that the FBI killed Martin Luther King Jr. People think the CIA were responsible for 9/11. It's bullshit, by the way. The 9/11 one is genuinely bullshit. Like, why would you knock down like 2 of the biggest buildings because you lost a few dollars the day before? I know they lost like 2.3 trillion. That was the exact amount, which is a lot of fucking money, Jesus. But like, even then, there was no point in doing it. So I personally don't think 9/11 was, done by the CIA. I think it was just like a genuine, like, attack. But there's a ton of nutcases that think it was the CIA and George Bush and whatnot. I probably shouldn't. Fuck it, whatever. But yeah, it's just a bunch of nutcases. I don't buy into it personally, especially not the 9/11 one. If there was one that I do buy into, it'd probably be that there were 2 shooters with John F. Kennedy. But then again, I'm not like big on believing in conspiracy theories. I just like hearing about them, because there's some that have like genuine evidence to support them. And then there's people saying that Australia isn't real and that if you walk to the edge of the Earth, you'd fall off. So, because like, flat Earthers are dumb. Everyone knows that the Earth is just like a donut being carried by a turtle or whatever it was. But yeah, research lot. But yeah, people, well, there's some people who will just believe like whatever they want to believe. I know there are a group of people, like women who were, I think, widowed in September 11th, who were like, they've made like, well, I don't think they're active with it anymore, but I know they kind of made this thing, and it was trying to like find out the truth behind September 11th. Because there was, and I will admit, there was a lot of shadiness around it. Like, with, like, explosive, like, materials and whatnot being found at the Ground Zero site. And people saying that jet fuel can't burn steel, which is bullshit. It can't melt through steel, but it can soften it. And oh shit, I'm getting off. See, I enjoy doing. That was a voice crack. Ignore that. I enjoy doing shit like this, like just chatting away and just talking about the most random bullshit. Like I could do this for hours. Anyway, jet fuel can't melt steel. That is true, but it can soften it. And when it softens, it bends. And it bends to a certain point where it snaps. So that's why when you see footage of, like, the Twin Towers collapsing and whatnot, you see it kind of snaps. And then people say it looks like a controlled demolition. It's not. It doesn't look much like a controlled demolition. I see what people are saying, but in the footage, you can clearly see the South Tower, I think it was, snap, like, right at the top. Fucking hell, if you're listening to this, I'm really sorry. You should go and listen to better stuff. You should go and listen to, like, actual, like, stuff rather than me just yapping about 9/11 bloody conspiracy theories. I forgot what my original point was, because I kind of got sidetracked with John F. Kennedy. It was Germany. Yes, they partitioned it and led to a lot of problems. That's why you hear about East and West Germany, and also you hear stuff like I'm trying to think of a good example. There was the incident at Checkpoint Charlie, which was basically, I think it was, I don't know who instigated it. I don't know whether it was the Americans or the Soviets, but basically one side rolled some tanks up to like this border checkpoint in the Berlin Wall. So the other side did the same, and they sat there for like ages, just waiting. And in the end, all was sorted out. I don't think people realize how close people came to nuclear war, like, in the 60s. The 60s were, like, a hell of a crazy time. There was the Cuban Missile Crisis, which it got very close to nuclear war than people might think. Because there was, what is it? Let me think here. Sorry, my brain's small. There was a Soviet U-boat, which is like a submarine, like a nuclear submarine, and basically, people thought that nuclear war had broken out, and they were gonna fire the nuclear missiles out of the submarine to the American mainland. Now, if they were to do that, they need 3 people with the keys to activate it. 2 of them did, and 1 of them didn't, because they were certain that war actually hadn't broken out, and he was right. So that one man, I don't know his name, nor can I be bothered to Google it, but he basically saved the entire world from nuclear war, basically. There was another incident, I don't think this one was in the 60s, I think this one was 70s or 80s? I might be wrong on that. But basically, a sonar operator was just watching his screen, and then he saw 5 dots on it, which was meant to be like nuclear weapons. And when he was meant to see those, he was meant to immediately fire back, because, bloody mutual assured destruction and whatever. But he didn't, because he was a smartass. And the reason why is because there were only 5 dots. And you'd think, surely, if they were gonna, send nuclear bombs, they'd send more than 5. I mean, their nuclear arsenal, like the American nuclear arsenal and the Soviet, they were in the tens of thousands, like maybe more. So they both had a large amount of nukes. But yeah, it came very close, and it was mostly during the 60s, which is weird, because the 60s weren't as chill as people think. There was a lot of, development with the 60s. Like, things changed very quickly. Like, you had, like, the hippie movement starting. You had, fucking, I'm trying to think here. Bear with me, I'm slow in the head. Like, you had the hippie movement, people wanting peace and that. You had Beatlemania. At the British invasion, which wasn't a British invasion. What that was, actually, it was just, like, British bands and whatnot, just getting popular in America. So you had, like, you know, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Doors? Were the Doors British? Hang on. I'm pretty sure the Doors were British. Oh, no, they were American. I'm chatting shit. Bear with me. The Kinks, there we go. The Kinks, they were British. English rock band. Yeah, you had all those. You know, I'm gonna say this now, as a big, like, fan of the Beatles myself. Modern music wouldn't be as, like, well, no, I'm not a big fan of modern music, but we wouldn't be, like, where we are right now with music, like the technology and that, if it wasn't for the Beatles. Because they were the guys that started using all that shit, like, before it became popular and mainstream. Like, they were the ones who experimented with all that. Like, they loved experimenting with technology. But the thing is now, you've got auto-tune and all that shit. And I think it takes the talent out of music. Because I'm not a big fan of many modern bands. There's some that are okay. I like the Arctic Monkeys. But there's not many that are good. Like, not many good artists. And I think that's simply because of, like, you know, there's all... It doesn't really take much skill anymore. Because, like, you look back at, like, 60s, 50s, 70s, like, 50s, 60s, 70s, you had bloody Frank Sinatra, you had Queen, you had the Beatles, you had the Beach Boys, the Rolling Stones, you had all these good bands, you had Buddy Holly. You had all those, and, like, they were good. Bloody Buddy Holly was great, and then he died in a plane crash. But, I gotta stop saying shit like that. Oh my god. Anyway, well, I'm not wrong, am I? Also, John Lennon got shot, and, someone else died. Well, a lot of people died. I don't know why I just said someone else. Mark David Chapman, the person who killed John Lennon, is meant to be having another parole hearing. That was a voice crack. Ignore that. Hang on. Mark David, because I know it was meant to happen in February, but it's currently the 7th of March. Here we go. Parole hearings. Chapman's 13th parole hearing is scheduled for February. That's in 2024. So it's either he's already had it, but the results haven't been posted, or he, I don't know, he just been delayed. Dude's had bloody 13 parole hearings. He's desperate. He's desperate to get out. And the thing is, if he does get out, which I doubt he ever will, he's rotting in prison for life, but if he does get out, chances are he's gonna probably be killed. I mean, you killed a rock and roll legend, dude. You're not just gonna be able to live like a normal life. I feel like if you kill someone as big as, like, oh shit, I have 2 microphones on. Oh fuck. Oh, that's probably gonna make the audio sound horrible. Wait, what keybind was that? A space? Oh, I was tabbed in on... Oh, man. Okay. Apologies for that. I'll probably have to put, like, a little disclaimer on. Hopefully it didn't last that long. Shit. Fuck. Anyway, right. I'm gonna stop swearing, man. Oh, God. What was I on about? Yeah. If you kill someone as big as bloody, John Lennon, you don't get to live a normal life, man. like, call me kind of cruel, but yeah, that's what I think. I think murder and shit is just bad. That's right, I said it. Sue me. I was gonna say, war is just dumb. War is dumb. Like, you can solve things diplomatically. You don't have to make innocent men just die for a cause that doesn't even matter. Like, I don't know. War is dumb. Oh, shit. Oh. That's fun. But, like, yeah, like, there's so many better ways of, like, solving stuff. But no, we have bombs and guns and violence and death and whatnot. And we'll probably never have world peace. It's sad to say, but it'll probably just never happen. Countries are bullshit anyway. We should just, like, get rid of them. Anyway, what was I yapping about before that? Oh, I forgot. I'll think of something. I promise. I'll think of something. This always happens. But yeah, like, you know, constant, like, wars and stuff, even if they don't mean anything. I mean, one bullet led to basically where we are now. And I'm talking about the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, because it basically caused, like, a major domino effect. Like, because he got assassinated, it led to the First World War and Germany's surrender. And because of Germany's surrender, there was a lot of people who were, like, upset, which led to the rise of nationalism and fascism, and eventually led to the rise of this little mustache guy, Hitler, which led to the Second World War, which led to the Cold War, which is basically where we're at now. So basically, if the Archduke of Austria, Franz Ferdinand, didn't get shot that day, things would be vastly different today. It was one bullet. One bullet caused, like, the world we live in right now. I suppose war is good for one thing, and that is technological advancements. Like, I mean, we, like, in the space of 6 years, and this is 1939, which is the start of the First World War, or the Second World War, sorry. 1939, start of the Second World War, to 1945, which was the end of it. We went from using biplanes, which are, like, the shitty little planes with, like, the horrible wings, to jet fighters, which can carry bombs that can level entire cities and murder hundreds of thousands in an instant. In 6 years, they went from that. 6. And, like, you have all the, like, in World War One, they invented the tank. The tank was used. They used flamethrowers, which are very fucking, like, inhumane. Like, the Germans, they complained about the Americans using shotguns. Well, both sides, they used flamethrowers, dude. You're burning people alive. Come on. That's very inhumane. You can't really cry about, like, something being inhumane if you are burning people to death in, like, a war zone. And plus, all's fair in love and war, so they say. As long as it isn't against the Geneva Convention, I guess. Although, I'm pretty sure that's expiring soon anyway. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna be totally honest. I think shit's gonna go down. Like, modern day. I think NATO's gonna get dragged into a war, like a very unnecessary war. Because, I mean, you've got, like, Russia and Ukraine, you've got Israel and Palestine, bloody Pakistan and Iran are beefing again. You've got whatever the hell's happening in Yemen between the US and the UK. It's, yeah, shit's going down. The cause for most of it is colonialism. I'm gonna be honest. If the bloody British, the French, just if any of them had done, it's mostly the British and the French. They're the largest empires at the time. If they had done a better job at drawing lines on a map, we wouldn't have this. Because they didn't divide they didn't divide places up by like religious or like stuff like that divides. They just drew lines on a map basically that like conform to them. And that's why you've got a lot of like Israel and Palestine stuff now, because you've got like, you know, it was all like, I'm pretty sure after the Second World War it was all Israel. Like, it was Israel territory, like Jewish territory. And then the Muslims in the area, they revolted because they didn't much like being under Jewish rule. It's all religious stuff. I'm not a big religious nut myself. I don't really believe in much of that. I'm not really one to talk about like religion and stuff like that because I know near nothing about it. So, take what I have to say with a grain of salt. I'm not gonna say anything bad, I guess. I'm just saying, it's fucking stupid. That's what I'm saying. Not religion. That wars start over religion. That's what's stupid. That people, like, argue over something like that. I suppose it is a big thing to them. But, yeah, I personally think there's just better ways to sort things out rather than just bloodshed and war and whatnot. I mean, hey, look at all the funny little lines on the map now in Africa. You see all the shit that's happening with Sudan. There's so much shit going on. There's stuff happening in the Congo. There's like a genocide going on in the Congo right now that isn't nearly enough talked about. There's a lot of bad shit. You've still got slavery in a lot of places. It's horrible. None of that shit's ever really gone. Like, you talk about, like, you know, the abolishment of slavery, you know, apartheid and stuff like that, which was like racial segregation, the splitting of like blacks and whites. None of that's ever really gone. We've still got racism, sadly. We've still got slavery in some countries, sadly. Yeah, it never really goes, really. And then you've got people like bloody... I'm going to use this as an example, although it was years ago. You got people like John Wilkes Booth, who will actively kill people. Like, he assassinated President Lincoln for abolishing slavery. I think Wilkes Booth also was like a Southern sympathizer. This is all linking to American Civil War now. We're going very far back in history. But, yeah. It all links to that, really. Like, shit in history, it's like, it defines so much, and now people are kind of wanting to erase that history. You can't erase it, unfortunately. What's done is done. It's in the past, it's history, but it's still fucked up. That's, like, you know, like you see American companies and stuff. I'm hardly even playing this game now. I'm just talking away to myself, but I'm sure you don't mind. Like, you see, like American companies and stuff. They're removing like Native American like imagery and whatnot because of how they were poorly treated. They're being referred to as Native Americans now and not Indians, because that's what they are, they're Native Americans. The name Indians was given by, I think it was Christopher Columbus, when he thought he landed in I think it was India. Well, yeah, it must have been India because Indians. He thought, because at the time, I'm going to use Hearts of Iron 4 as a map for this, but I should be able to explain it just fine if you're not watching. At the time, they thought that the Earth was flat, right, and that there was only this, like, Africa, Asia, Europe, Oceania, the old world, as it's called. The Americas is the New World. And the reason they call it that is because it wasn't discovered until, like, the 1500s. But, basically, Christopher Columbus, he was like, well, if the world's round, why don't we go this way to get to, India and all these Asian countries? So he went, he sailed, and look, he's found some islands. This one must be Japan. And what is this? Wow, this must be India. He must have landed in India because it's only all this stuff over here. So basically to summarize, he thought America was India. So he started referring to the native people as Indians. That's basically, what it is. They're not Indians, they're Native Americans. I guess, I don't know. I guess people get offended by that. I'm not one to get offended easily. Especially if it doesn't really concern me, but I understand if people do. But yeah, and then they're changing a lot of other stuff, like, they're trying to, treatment of groups. They're treating certain groups now with a lot more respect, which I think is really good, because a lot of treatment for groups, like, years ago was genuinely god-awful. Like, Alan Turing, he cracked the Enigma code, which is bloody amazing, because it basically helped the Allies win the Second World War, but they found out he was gay, so they had him chemically castrated, and then he killed himself. Which I think, and I'm pretty sure you can agree with me on this, if you don't, get piss off. But if you don't agree with me, piss off. That's fucked up. That's pretty fucked up. And I don't think, I wouldn't let that slide. But I'm straight, so it doesn't really matter what I'd have. But, I don't know why did... Sorry, right. Yes. Like, stuff like that, it's bullshit. It's really bullshit. And, they're treating groups like that a lot better now. Like, they're treating, the gay community and that better. They're treating black people better, other racial groups and stuff. I mean, yeah, I think that's good. I think that's really good. Of course I think that's really good. I'm not going to go sit here saying, oh, that's bad, that's really bad. No, it's good. It's good shit. Good shit. Keep going. The Suez. What? Okay. Why'd my game freeze again? Oh, that's why, because I researched something. But, yeah. Unfortunately, history, no matter how interesting it may be, it also is very dark at times. A lot of bad shit happened, a lot of death. And yeah, it's, bad business. A Napoleon takes over. Oh, so there is a fucking Bonapartist path. I knew there was. Anyway, what path is it? Oh, it's fucking... That's easy! Why did I not see that? I'm dumb. Right, sorry. I'm getting sidetracked here. Yeah, yeah, although, like, no matter how dark history is, knowing it is probably, like, one of the best things you can do. Like, if you learn, like, history of stuff. Those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. or whatever that means. But, yeah. Although people do listen to history and they still decide to just fuck off with it all. Anyway, yeah, so learn history. Trust me, it's actually really interesting. I mean, I could just talk about this for hours. If I'm talking about a topic I genuinely like, I can go on about it for hours. I enjoy talking about the pain and suffering of those participating in wars and whatnot. Don't know why I had to put it like that. That just makes me sound like a bad person. Well, I'm a bad person. Anyway. You see, I say a lot when I talk. This is kind of branching to a different thing now. I'm not a confident speaker. I have social anxiety. And that's even when I'm talking to a bloody, fucking recording software. Also, I swear a lot. That's to kind of cope with being antisocial. But it's only really, like, online when that happens. I'm not going to go and swear in someone's face in real life. But yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, sorry. Yeah. I gotta get better public speaking skills. That's one thing I gotta do. I've got a lot of shit to do in my life at the minute, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about war. We're talking about war. Oh shit, that's controversial. Israel just declared war on Palestine. No! That's okay, that's controversial. Uh-oh. Okay, well, we'll come back to that. Oh shit. This is bad. I'm playing with a mod, by the way, for those of you who are actually interested in the gameplay that's going on right now and not just listening. The mod's called Road to 56, and it basically just adds a lot more to the default game. This game's Hearts of Iron 4, by the way, in case you didn't know that. It's called Hearts of Iron 4. It's a strategy World War II game. It's very popular with autistic people, and that's why I love it. So, yeah, here I am. If there was, like, okay, can you guys, like, I'm gonna, fucking, I don't know. What was I talking about? Senator from Idaho offers support. Thank you. But, like, I say, I forgot what it even was. I think it was, like, yeah. I say, yeah, like, an awful lot when I just don't know what else to say. And, yeah. See, I did it then! Fucking hell, dude. This footage better come out good. I have not just sat here talking to myself for an hour. You see, doing this because I've nothing better to do right now. Let me go on Instagram. I've nothing better to do right now. So, I'm just talking to myself while playing a funny, very controversial game. So yeah. I could play more games. There's actually quite a lot of games I want to play. Because I'm a big gamer. A big gamer. I need to lose weight. I'm gonna stop talking about shit like that. Yeah. There's a lot more games I could play. Oh, research. And, I might do this again. I don't really care if, like, people don't listen to this. If you've listened this far in, thank you. You're fucking amazing. But, yeah. It's been fun. I could honestly talk about stuff like this for, like, ages. It genuinely... Like, I'm not confident when speaking at all, unless it's something that I'm genuinely, like, passionate about and, like, care about, I guess. Like, I'm big on, like, politics, history, like, global affairs, wars, and whatnot. And I'm just really big on stuff like that. It's probably the autism, but I've said that so many times. But, yeah, I'm really big on stuff like that, and I enjoy having conversations about it. So if any of you guys... I want a Discord server in the description, so if any of you have Discord, join it, and, you know, I'll just start chatting about this kind of shit, and I'll definitely chat back with you, because I enjoy having conversations like this. It's fun. It's very fun. And I'd like to do it with more than one person than rambling on to myself. Although I'm good at talking to myself because I talk to myself a lot. I sing to myself as well, but I'm not going to give you a demo because I'm a horrible singer. I think. I don't know, I've never actually had anyone tell me that. I just... I'm running out of stuff to talk about. You can kind of tell now. I'm kind of waiting for an hour. You know, I'm just going to sit here. We got 5 minutes until we got an hour left. If you've watched this far in, thank you. You're actually amazing. I love you. Platonically, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Who are you? I don't even know who you are. Okay, now that's just getting weird. Pretend I didn't say that. Anyway. Yeah, thanks for watching this far. Or listening. I don't mind if you're listening. Actually, I prefer it if you listen. It's better than you... Well, to be fair, I don't think anyone really wants to watch me play a Hearts of Iron for ages. Bro, I've been playing for a goddamn hour, and it's only just hit 1937. The game starts in 1936. Okay. But yeah, if you want more of this kind of stuff, just me rambling, let me know. Who knows, I could just dedicate my channel to this now. It's easy to edit. Also, apologies if my mic gets really loud at some points. That just tends to happen, and I'm not entirely sure why. I do need to sort it out, actually, but yeah. But yeah, my mic gets loud. It's an alright mic. I don't think I've got it set up correctly. But yeah, as I said, if you wanna just like chat about stuff with me, just if you can reach out to me on anything, feel free. I will, I'll happily talk about this kind of shit for ages. Like I'm not that talkative unless it's something I care about, and also I'm repeating myself now. But yeah, thank you for watching, I guess. I might just end this early, really. I mean, no. It's not long until it's a 1 whole hour. Although it's going to be cut slightly, because I had a little bit of an outtake at the start of the video. Or maybe I could keep that in, who knows. Jesus. But yeah. Thanks for listening. I'm just going to end this now. Thanks for listening. If you want more of this, let me know. If you want to chat with me, the Discord's in the description. Or you can just, I don't know, stalk me on other socials. Try and find me. Mostly I just kind of go by the YouTube channel username, Viblamau. Which I'm thinking of changing, because I don't really like it when people call me that. I prefer just Callum, I guess. That's my name. My name's Callum. So yeah, I prefer Callum, but yeah, that's basically it. Anyway, thank you for listening to my autism-filled rant about the current state of economics and politics and oh shit, I just accidentally... No, wait, what have I done? Okay, there we go. And yeah, I'll do more of these. See ya.